A nation and the people on the move, keeping you up to date. Belmopan Weekly.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in. Fisheries. It's a local industry valued at approximately 22 million Belize dollars. And though this industry is the bread and butter for many Belizean families, the Fisheries Act regulating this industry has become outdated. In an effort to keep up with the time and to ensure the viability and sustainability of fisheries in Belize, the Fisheries Department, in partnership with local stakeholders, have undertaken an intensive revision of the Fisheries Act. And after numerous consultations and much research, there is now a final draft of the Fisheries Act ready for presentation to Cabinet. In this spirit, the Fisheries Department, along with the Wildlife Consultation Society, held a tour of the barrier reef on Friday, August 12th for members of Cabinet and other senior government officials in an effort to update them on the progress being made in fisheries. Here's more.
Belize boasts the largest living barrier reef in the Western Hemisphere, home to many different types of marine life including the spiny lobster and the queen conch, which by no chance happen to be the foundation of fisheries in Belize. But there's only so much lobster and conch in the sea, and according to the Fisheries Administrator, Ms. Beverly Wade, with an increase in the number of fishermen and activity, sustainability has become a major concern for all involved in managing the industry and its resources.
There's also increased competition now to the access of stocks, because everybody wants to really get into the game, so to speak. So now you have competition between those who want to go into fisheries on a commercial larger scale, competing with those who are the small scale, the artisanal people. You have competition between the recreational people and the people who used to do commercial fishing traditionally. So there are now more conflicts that we're noticing. There's also a high level of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing.
So what's been done to help curb this situation? Well, in January 2010, a project called the Fisheries Act Revision Project was launched by the Belize Fisheries Department, and since then, with the technical support and assistance from the Wildlife Conservation Society, the department is now ready to finalize this initiative and present the new and revised act to Cabinet.
And so, with the help of our partner, WCS, and with funding from the Oak Foundation, we embarked on a 2-year process which started in January of last year. And we have been very successful with working through a steering committee which is made up of both government and the main stakeholders to guide this process to ensure that every step of the way we've done the consultations, we've gotten the input from our sister agencies, from the stakeholders, and from the general public on a whole. And so we're now at the stage where we're moving towards very quickly our third and final draft. And so we are now here to now formally send out this document to the Cabinet, to the Surgeon's Office for consideration and for eventual passage by the House of Representatives.
Wildlife Conservation Society's Country Director, Ms. Janet Gibson, was enthusiastic and shared how crucial this Fisheries Act is to the health of our marine system and talked about the role of WCS.
Wildlife Conservation Society has been supporting the Fisheries Department in this project to revise the Fisheries Act. We've actually been involved in marine conservation in Belize for almost 3 decades now. Most of our original effort was really towards marine protected areas management in the past, but over the past few years we've been moving more into support to promoting sustainable fisheries, because we've really come to realize that fisheries itself is a major component that is having an impact on the health of the system. For the marine system to recover or maintain its health, we strongly feel that fisheries has to be conducted at a sustainable level.
And while industry stakeholders and experts, including local fishermen, are excited about the revision to the Fisheries Act, many wonder about the political will necessary to push the revised act forward. Well, according to the ministers we interview, it seems there need not be any worry.
It is our intention, it is our vision that this Fisheries Act will address all of these issues, because we need to protect our marine resources for future generations. So we have to put regulations in place so that we have sustainable management.
As Minister of Foreign Trade, it is important to me that we are producing goods to sell rather than buying goods from abroad. So any effort and any initiative to maximize the productivity of Belizean and to become more competitive are initiatives which we support 100%.
I support the revised Fisheries Act, because from the presentation this morning, it shows that we cannot take nature for granted, and think that for another 50 or so years, things that were there way before our grandmothers are still going to be there. And through proper conservation and management, we can only upkeep these things. But it's good to know that we're going to put those things into law.
Aside from the policy work being put in to preserve this industry for Belizeans, there is also tremendous work being done on the ground, where the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, in keeping with their new approach of encouraging diversification, are seeing fishermen in the south harvesting sea cucumbers. And for the Norteños, there's a project the ministry will be launching soon to stimulate the harvesting of crab. For Belmopan Weekly, I am Claudia Grouch.